we're going to move on to the next topic. And it was something I talked about very briefly on Blue Sky, which is where anything that I have that doesn't really have enough for a story yet, I'm going to post over there as things come in. And then as more comes in for a story and I get it, you'll see it at insider-gaming.com. So earlier today, I've been texting a couple people back and forth to try and find out what's going on with the negotiations in EA and the NFL. And I asked, where things stand, because Amazon has that docuseries coming up starting next week on Madden. By the way, I can confirm I will be involved. I'm not on camera. You're not going to hear my voice, but my content is included in episode 4 of that series. So I'm pretty damn excited about that. Like, the idea that my work is, I'm going to be credited in an Amazon documentary is just cool. It's a nice tip in the cap, kind of gives verification to what I do. You know what I mean? But anyway, we have a small update. And I've been told that talks between EA and the NFL on a new contract are, quote, progressing. Now, that is, depending on how you look at it and depending on how you feel, that's either good news or bad news. Obviously, you don't want no NFL video game, but there are a lot of people that do not want EA to continue to have the exclusive license, which happened 2004. They get that license after the scare from 2K when 2K went on that, we're going to cut all the new game prices to $20. And it scared EA enough to where then they negotiated and they paid a boatload of money for the official exclusive license. And we're going on, this is the 20th year. Next month will be the 20th anniversary since EA scooped up that license. But there's less than 2 years left on the current deal, and nothing has been announced. Usually by now we've had an announcement when it gets close to this. We had not, because nothing had been signed, but talks continued, and, they're, again, like I said, progressing. It's not a big update, but it's still something. Then I did ask, whether this is going to be progressing towards a continuation of the deal, like an exclusive deal, and all that was said in kind of the most obvious response I think I've ever gotten to a message to a source. They said, quote, "That's what EA wants." Well, and my response to them was no duh. No duh. Of course that's what they want. Why wouldn't they want that? We're looking at a company that has had this license for 20 years, and they make billions of dollars on it. And we'll get into the revenue side of sports games in a minute, too. In a few minutes. But, of course they'd want to keep it. It's not surprising in the slightest. But we'll see where things stand in the coming months and years. It wouldn't surprise me, to be honest. If I'm a betting man. I like to make wagers. It wouldn't surprise me if we see an announcement around the 20th anniversary. So the original announcement came December 14th, 2004, and it was a 5-year deal. The original announcement came then. It would not surprise me if a month from now we are talking about an extension being announced as part of like the 20th anniversary. As the NFL season winds down and they pick that up. Or do they announce it when they do the quarter 3 earnings in January? Who knows? But that's what I think ultimately, if I were to put it, ultimately I do think the exclusive license gets extended and football fans everywhere are mad. Some will be happy. Some won't care because they're like, whatever, we got a football game. But the exclusive license will be extended. That's, if I were to put, I'd put it at 75% at least that the exclusive license continues. That's just where I think.